Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. So, when we last left off, we had set out to... what's this place called? Ocean City? I forget. Hang on, does it say on the map? Yeah, Ocean City, there we go. I do like that this map is literally a napkin, which is pretty fun. Yeah, we have sort of started exploring. We went to our uncle's shop. Well, we had our prologue first, where we had to do a small little collection of miscellaneous side quests, which I couldn't quite complete. I got close, but not quite. I was a little miffed at that, but it is what it is. And hey, Jagoth. And anyway, we are in Ocean City now. Yeah, Ocean City. And apparently my character just randomly decided to fall over there. And yeah, my uncle has gone missing, and I've sort of taken over his job, where we have to wander around and collect cursed relics to decurse them. At least in theory, which sort of involves going into like a mental projection thing. It's all kind of weird, but we managed to get one, which was a hat, which was a pretty good hat, all things considered, although it's not the one I'm wearing at the moment. And now we're on the hunt for a watch that someone seems to be wearing, because he keeps moving from place to place to place. And we tracked the guy down to here. We've actually got a to-do list, which was something that wasn't in West of Loathing. Yeah, so we got to get into the refrigerator factory. We also have some side quests where we've got to use the grenades that were given to us. I keep forgetting about that. Next time we get into a battle, maybe I'll remember to use those. But we ran around collecting up a whole bunch of meat, because meat is money, basically, in this game. And I was hoping... try to make a deal. Okay. Yeah, I upped my Moxie temporarily in order to do it down to just 300. I'd like to get it up to 100, but I do not have anywhere near the ability to get up to 5 Moxie, which is a bit of a shame. So that would at least give me a bit of spare change. 300? Thanks, I guess. Here's your membership ring. Hand you the ring, and the whole group of mobsters wander off, divvying up your meat as they go. Fuck bum egg ring. Okay, well that's... it's unfortunate that I had to hand over all that stuff, but probably better than nothing, right? So we've got stench armor, physical armor, or muscle on that. Can't remember what it was. That's got Moxie on it. Spooky armor, muscle... hot armor, mysticality. I think we were focusing on mysticality, so let's switch back over to that. So what do you do? Gain 3 to 5 extra meat after combat. That's not a lot. It's 3 HP. We don't have any decent shoes yet. Okay, well, let's see what we've got. Ooh. Refrigerator truck, not the kind you're probably thinking of. M. I don't have anything with cold armor, I don't... ooh, oh. I got an awl and a piece of scrap metal. What is an awl? Gives your target shielded, which will cause them to ignore the next time they take damage. So you point a bit of metal with a wooden handle. That's an awl, folks. Apply 3 bleeding damage. Okay. The fridges are brand new and empty, and thus quite boring. Doesn't have any materials for making combat items. Oh, okay. Ooh. So got a sharpened stone, 1 bonus damage to a weapon, 1 hot armor, and anarchist's hardware. Collection of pipes and cannon fuse, or mostly just pipes and cannon fuse. Anarchy is pretty straightforward. Okay. Oh, wrong button. So can we make something with... nope, apparently not. Grain control. Hide and watch. So all here, 40 cases. You got the meat. Ooh. Dark Noël, what are you doing here? Surprise inspection. Ooh, interesting. What the hell just happened? You have more guys and some other ones. So some Dark Noël. Weird. Lady in the Wind Crimbo hat glares at you as you approach. I don't recall inviting you to this party. Can you introduce yourself? What's wrong with your hat? Nothing at all. Crimbo hat is appropriate for all seasons. It's all spooky and like you can see saw through it's cutting a hole in the world. Sure, I have no idea what you mean. What? Oh, over here, are you busy? Gobbled mess. Be a dear and kill this gal. Uh-oh. The Crimbo lady smiles and leaves the same way she came in a horrible spiral of negative space. The weird shadow monster that was once a person turns to face you. Hello? Uh-oh. Back away and look for another solution. I'm thinking... Ooh. Green? Ooh. Red? Okay. E. Not that guy, that thing. Well, he's right underneath it. You definitely want to press it. Yes! I'm taking good to heat. Let's skedaddle. Yeah, later, guys. Dangerous pocket watch. Hey, I got it! Blank pouch full of meat. You got the deeds to the speakeasy. Oh, I own it now. Awesome. Just roam once per fight. Booze looks dangerous. Also appears to be tainted with some kind of sinister magical energy. Fridge is plugged in. It says experimental, not for lunches. Fridge has been fitted with an experimental automatic ice cube maker. Unfortunately, it makes one single gigantic ice cube that fills the entire fridge. Because if you ever need a block of ice as big as that, you know you can get one here. Well, I might. I can fish? No. You don't have to leave the building open map, by the way. Yes, I'm aware of that. Let me check my inventory. Ooh, 300 meat. Which means I just got back the 300 I just lost. Interesting. I wonder if that would have been 500 if I'd have handed over 500 in the first place. There's a way of getting all that money back. Yeah, we still need cold armor for that. Okay, that's interesting. Notice that she looks like you. That could be a coincidence. There's not exactly a lot of face types in the game. So it's entirely possible that's just a coincidence. So, yeah. Ooh, apparently we can do this. You can also wonder. So let's go to the mailbox. I'm kind of curious what that was. Encounter a hobo sauntering down the sidewalk with a bindle over his shoulder, whistling a jaunty tune. Hey there, miss. Yeah, how do you know? Oh yeah, we're a tight-knit community. When someone's been helping out, word gets around. That's nice, a little bit creepy, but nice on balance. When you visit our camp, we'd be glad to have you. Sure, where is it? Well, you just head down 12th Street till you see the lot where the old hardware store used to be. You can take it. Yeah, you know what? If I just mark it on your map. All right, excellent. That's another place to visit. Mailbox here is a guy sitting on top of it. Hi, I'm Marvin. What are you doing up there? A stunt. Nothing particularly stunty, you're just sitting there. Yeah, but I'm sitting here for 7 months, 15 days, 9 hours, and 41 minutes. Why? Why? It's a stunt. Okay, but are you protesting something or trying to attract attention of some kind? Nope. Do you have money riding on this? Nope. Why don't you get the concept of a stunt? I guess not. You might help me out with something. Sure, what's up? I've mainly been eating snackle cakes while I've been up here and I'm out. Can you grab some more for me? Snackle cakes? You serious? I'll admit they're an acquired taste. I guess nobody other than you wanted to acquire the taste of powdered milk mixed with sawdust with the nails still in it. Because snackle cakes went out of business years ago. Yeah, but the shelf life on those things is incredible. That's what makes them so good for stunt rations. I got my supply from Harim's grocery down the street. You can pick me up some more. Okay, I guess I can try that. Hello? Ran. Ran idea. Okay, yeah, probably need... Bike cover. I'm assuming these are all just... yeah, okay. So we've got that. So we've got Harrowing Place. We've still got the hobo camp. There was something... no, we did do that one, didn't we? Because I went off and got the mask, and that gave me the stench resistance. I think we finished the tentacle house. Obviously, we've just been to the fish factory and got the broad wart. We've already been there. Let's check out the hobo camp. Because they did invite me. Young man wearing a flour-dusted apron swaggers up to you with a loaf of French bread on his shoulder, arrogant stare in his face. This is doughboy territory. If you want to walk down the street, you gotta pay the toll. That's it? Guess you don't really need the dough after all. Alright, now it's 10 meat. I don't have 10 meat. Alright, fine. You want to fight? I'll fight. Because I gotta test some things out anyway. Wouldn't I have to throw like a grenade or something? Dealing 10 damage. He's also got this little guy. And it blew up in my face because of course it fucking did. Why wouldn't it? Alright, what we got? That would be 3 physical damage, 5 stench damage. And that's 7. Okay, so let's do that. Won't quite kill him, but it'll get him close. Ow. Thank you. I can just wreck you. Ah, well, there we go. I got a little bit of meat out of it. Very nice. Hey there, Howie, how's it going? Looks like the rumor you heard about the hobo camp turned out to be on the level. Pretty good at that, huh, Monica? You wanna know my secret? I only have one hobby, and all the time in the world to practice. Fair enough. Ooh, warmed hands. What does that get me? Ooh, 3 cold armor. Ooh! Hey, I can go do that thing. Sweet. What's being your name was... Yeah, no complaints. Are you liking the camp? It's real nice. Everyone's real personable, even if most of them were a bit quirky. It's nice the rain cleared up. The rest can't stop a rain cloud by crying after all. So is this like every hobo I help? Cryptography? Hang on, cryptography, grub, shut eye. So is this like every person I help, every hobo that I give money to will end up here? Possible. Yeah, I love fast staccato rhythm it makes. Don't call me washy, by the way. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, likewise. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so that's a potential companion there, apparently. So we shouldn't mess around near you, wake people up. Fair enough. Ooh. Usual supply chain difficulty to cover is currently bring your own grub. Plenty of condiments though, so that's the thing I suppose. Call me 52 Teeth Thompson, or just 52 for short. Because of the 52 white keys on the piano? Nope. Got this baby with me on foot? How? Well, that took a few trips. Fair enough. Don't touch that telephone, roll use only. Phone is not connected to anything, don't let it hear you say that. Okay. Must be the Hobo King. Crown gave it away, I presume. Oh, you're absolutely correct. I'm the Hobo King, though to foster a more familiar air. But myself, you should just call me Johnny. Question: where are you from? Hoboken. Of course you are. Fair enough. Veronica, then. Have you a cup of tea? You found tea leaves around here? Well, any leaves can be tea leaves with the right attitude. Like your hat. Thank you, grew it myself. The flowers, the whole thing. Trying to grow some socks as well, but they're much trickier, I can imagine. Yep. I haven't seen one of these in ages, whatever it is. Seen you here, I don't think I've seen you around. Letters McCabe. Why do they call you Letters? Expert in microcryptology, aka hobo code. Are you familiar with it? It's a system of pictographic elements that can be written unobtrusively on walls or carved into fence posts, etc. Traditionally used by hobos to leave messages for other hobos to mark a house where occupants are charitable, for instance, or to warn of a vicious guard dog, that sort of thing. Working on expanding the system for more general communication purposes. That's pretty interesting. What's the book you're reading? Hobo Code Manual. Teach you the basics if you like. Sure. Ooh, I've got hobo literacy. Excellent. Because I've been seeing those symbols around the place. And I'm like, I guess I can translate them now. I thought that's where this was going when I sort of went into it. Alright, thanks. All the good stuff in the room. Stuff is a little overboard for the topic of conversation. Okay. Yep, see you later. What's this? Old naval radio encryptionograph. The Cola Wars. Old shoes, you're welcome to them. That's a bit locked, but barely lifted. What kind of shoes are these? Hand-me-down boots. They've been passed from hobo to hobo for generations. Probably about 50-pound metal reinforcements on them by now. I don't think that's going to do me any good. Weigh your feet down. Probably shouldn't do that. That would probably literally slow me down. And radio, listening to stuff about makes sense. That's just a radio. Right. Manage various types of codes, ciphers, German mix-up codes, so on. Interesting. There's a few books in the old pictograph language in there. Too fascinating stuff. It's all Greek to me. The other process hobo code gifts I'm working on. Dr. Note, I blacked out. Now they're still experimental. Fair enough. So my notes on the hobo code. Okay. And this. It's a teletype machine that we salvaged when they shut down one of the local post office branches for cutbacks. Patch the local telegraph network so we communicate with some of the local communities. Heavy duty equipment. Yeah, well, I'm not allowed to discuss it in detail, you understand, but secure lines of communication are going to be quite important if Johnny's plans are going to come to fruition. Johnny's plans, huh? I heard you have plans. Can you teach me some hobo code? Can this be your worthiness? Are you trying to hypnotize me? That won't work, my crown's made of tinfoil. Damn it. Good effort though. I don't know how you got your eyes to go all swirly like that, but it was pretty impressive. I'll grant you the boon anyway. Great. Oh, it's like a level thing. Ah. Interesting. So, letter says you got a secret plan. You wouldn't say what it was, though. Certainly not. That information is mine alone to divulge. So, you are practically a stranger here. I apologize, but I cannot jeopardize the security. Alright, fair enough. Probably need to get more knowledgeable about people. You can understand you're a level 2 student. And if anybody else here, can you teach me any hobo code? I think I still have a few notes. Hey, excellent. Can you do that? Hey, nice. Oh, sorry, I've already done that. Hobo code. Nice. So this is kind of like, what was that? The El Vibrato or Vibrato in the first game, where you had this alien language that you had to decipher. Thank you. Excellent. Can you teach me any? Hobo code? Nice. I don't know how many levels it's got, but I'm just going to ask everybody I can. Nice. Alright, hobo code. Nope, not him. No, he's asleep. Okay, never mind. Right, okay, so hobo code level 8. That's good. Alright, map. Let's go back to the fridge factory because I want to, now that I've got warm hands, I can probably go into the cold spot over here. Assuming that stays. Hey, it does. Ooh, I've got some miscellaneous chemicals apparently. Chemicals. Pretty fire growing in this patch of frosty industrial race, probably a metaphor for something you don't understand. Refrigeration coil. Okay. Mana charge refrigeration coil. You can't figure out anything useful to do with it, but you can always just sell it. Okay. I was trying to stick with mysticality as my main one, aren't I? Magical weapon. That said, the chef's hat is +2 to all magical weapons, minus physical armor. Let's see how we get on with that. Also, it's a new hat, which means I can take it to the Broadwalk and get it photographed. Oh, here's a new site. 4 Glockings are playing their glockenspiels while doing some kind of traditional folk dance. Involves a lot of skipping and hopping and turning around in the square in precise timing, so they aren't paying any attention to you. Join in? This looks kind of fun, but you definitely don't know the steps. Would be total chaos. Would be just simply to attack them, since the rule would probably result anyway. Nah, let's just ignore it. Don't want to attack somebody just randomly. That's rude. Chunk. Alright. Okay, let's go do Hiram's. Ooh, you're a music house. Okay, we just have that now. Ooh, that's useful. I got a single shoe. What does that do? Saves you trouble using both feet for walking. Does that actually just... Right, okay. I get the feeling all the shoes are like this, because all the shoes seem to have like a special thing. Like if I put the heavy shoes on, like... Alright, I see this. I get it. So yeah, the shoes always... They don't seem to have any stat-based stuff. They're all just weird things. It's funny because both the single shoe and the heavy boots were types of the silly walk that you could do in the first game, but it would just randomly change between them. So anyway, hello. Looking for Harold's ghost. Is this it? When you've been standing here the whole time. I'm trying to work out a couple of months. What are you doing here? Just waiting for work. You're looking for work. I don't think you're gonna find any here. Here, have some meat. Good luck. Ooh. Lip balm. Sweet. Look behind the counter. Ooh, Snackle's Mill Factory. Nothing but trash. Barbecue tongs. What did the barbecue tongs do? Mysticality +2 hot damage. No. Snackle Mills if we want to get those cakes for him. He takes a piece of candy out of a purse and tosses it in her mouth and holds the purse up. You want one? Sure, thanks. The purse is just entirely filled with saltwater taffy. Yep, Gabby's favorite. Ooh, they're taffy. Guess it here is somewhere that goblins process sugar very effectively. Don't need any vitamins as humans. Yeah, a little bit. Neat. Knackle cakes. Just look, that's simple. Huh? You don't even need to go inside? Because I could. Spoiled drums. Ooh, powerful grit. And squirm through there. Looks like the abandoned factory being occupied by one of Ocean City's various gangs of street hoodlums, namely the Doughboys. Oh, I remember them. I've already beaten up one of their lot. They're hanging out here in leather jackets and white aprons, bragging about their sourdough starters using words like focaccia and son of a brioche. Well, they were until you made a huge racket getting in here. Now they're staring knives at you, also pointing knives at you, and they're bread knives, which are serrated. You don't really need to have one of those. Oops. So yeah, looks like I would have had to have gone in this way. Do I want to mess with them? Oh, okay, screw it. Let's give this a go. I can't avoid this. Well, shit. Can't avoid fighting forever, I was about to say. So what do we got? 13, 8, and 8. Well, let's get rid of the big boy first. That would be 9 damage. Ow. I'll kill you. Because then that little guy will run away. Yep. Ow. Gotcha. They should call you too much soup because you just spoiled these cooks. I think they got that a wrong way around, but okay, sure, why not? Oh, apparently there's more of them. And then we get away from that door, you muffin forker. Okay, sure, why not? Okay. Ow. 13, 15. Oh, I may be about to get my arse handed to me here. We can do 3, 2, and 9. That's not enough to kill a 15. I can definitely get rid of him. I'm trying to think if I've got anything that can, like, kill all of them. Apparently got a battery that I can just lick. Alright. Let's see. Alright, let's just focus on getting rid of this guy. Okay, do I want to heal? Or do I want to attack? Okay. And then kill him. Nice. Whew! I was balancing that up quite a lot. Mana enriched flour. Miscellaneous chemicals. Cooking! What can we do? Fancy food? Okay. Fancy food, basic food. Sure. Let's do that. Apparently I unlocked the door. That's good. Leader of the Doughboys, identified by the fact that he has the greasiest hat and more rivets on his jacket than the other Doughboys, not by the fact that he's the manager's office. Doesn't notice you when he enters. He appears to be focused on several large piles of wet bread dough lying on the ground around him. Hello? Who the hell are you? How's Andrew trying to decide between yelling at you to get out or bragging about himself? Ross, Doman, Sabata. Best baker in the city. Nice to meet you. Now get out. Reading this puzzle go, not any business of yours, but I'm perfecting my recipe for bread golems. Soon I'm going to be running this town. Me and my army of bread golems. Why are you not listening? Should I end this? I'm probably not going to enjoy this fight, but let's give it a go. Yeah, I had a feeling this would happen. Okay, fair enough. So he's got 20 HP, you got 7. That's not too bad. Interesting. So I could do, what would that be? 17 damage to him. And then I could get Gabby to polish off. That's probably not a terrible idea, actually. Throw the rock. Oh, that hurt more than I would have liked. 4 physical, is that it? Damn it. I was hoping you'd be able to do more than that. I think I'm about to get my arse handed to me. Yep, there I go. Well, this did not go very well. Surrender, I give. Did I have enough experience? I could have bought a skill, that's kind of irritating. Only one. I could literally have only bought one, which would have been more mysticality, but I suppose that's better than nothing. I have another go? Good. Looks like punishment for failure is not as bad as it was in the first one. I think I can do this, I just need to focus a bit more. And I do have an extra point of mysticality now, so that's not too bad. So, yeah, I think if I do that, and then I do that again, and then, oh no, wait, I got more of that now, haven't I? But I don't need to, I can just... Down he goes. Now this lot I can just handle. They're weaker. I mean, they hit hard, but... have a rock. You just get physically attacked. Yep. Bop. I shouldn't have used the rock first time. And a rich flower and Chibata's pants. Lovely. 72 meat and a dough baby recipe. That's creepy as fuck. Okay. Just be one of those little dough glob familiars that dough boys have. 3 cuts in manner in rich flour. It's called sandwich cream. Baked in an arcane oven. Well, I got that. And how do you handle compared to... So I've currently got 3 to maximum HP. Ooh, an extra point of mysticality. I won't say no to that. Alright, well we cleaned this place up pretty well. No, we want to save... What was it we need? Sandwich cream baked in an arcane oven. Okay, well, let's see what else we've got. Fridge factory. Well, we got the stuff from Marvin. Let's go back to him. You're unexpectedly surrounded by 3 Glockins endlessly playing their Glocking fields at you, which is a real trick if you think about it. This is a mockery. 3 meat. Fine. Guess we're fighting this. Oh, apparently I've got a tentacles help? Okay. Whap. Sure, because that's how tentacles work. Ow. Alright, well, seeing as I still need to keep using these. Hey, it worked that time. Didn't blow up in my face. Yeah, got you some. Here you go. Ooh, 100 meat, 10 XP, and the Expert Sitter perk. What does that get me? Oh, just +1 Moxie. Just generally. Okay, fine. I can take that. Alright, where to next? The Eerie House. I know I should really be going back and continuing the story, but I like exploring. Anthony Gurley, you're on Tin Lizzie's turf, and this is a stick-up. Tizzy woman in oil-stained coveralls, pointing a gun-like tool in your direction. What the? Is that a caulking gun? Stick-up isn't usually such a literal phrase. Actually, it's a grease gun, so I guess it's more like a slick-up. Gross. Everybody's a critic. Give me a wallet. Grab her gun. You pull out your wallet and nervously fumble it, dropping it at the woman's feet. When she growls and reaches for it, you swiftly grab her wrist and twist the grease gun out of her hand. Looks like the grease is on the other blood nut. Honestly, I don't know anything about cars. You regret messing with the Tin Lizzies. You regret touching this filthy grease gun more. Go on, scram. Hey, gun. Okay. Seems like a perfectly normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside, like a pained inhuman moan constantly rising in pitch. Right, so that's not just eerie background noise, that's actually happening. Fair enough. You're not hearing no response, you know you're inside. The eerie sound is even louder in here. It seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little strange. It's all in German. It seems to be louder over here, so... Hi. Oh yeah, sorry for reading. I heard the music, and I guess I had to investigate. Ernst Zimmer. Forgive me for not stopping, but it's vital I continue playing. What are you doing? There's a darkness beneath my house. Did you check the fuse box? No, probably that then. Listen to me, I had a dream, a premonition of a dark rift appearing in my basement and growing until it swallowed the entire house, then the neighborhood, and then the whole world. It's quite the dream. It's not just a dream. I went downstairs to check the basement. There is indeed a rift. As of now, it's still small. I must keep playing this cello to prevent it from growing any larger. How does playing the cello help? Bass vibration reverberates downward and is focused by the circle of furniture downstairs. Its resonance inhibits the rift. Mind if I have a look? Okay. Can I... Oh, what was that? Sure, there's a rational explanation. Probably just a trick of the light plus your anxiety over the nightmare. Well, plus I'm pretty sure your living room furniture can't create signal-strengthening sonic rays. Oh. Okay. Okay. Fish. Ooh, Eldritch Mist. Okay. Sure is a dark rift in space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of. Well, nuts. Find yourself in an infinite black void. Or, well, it looks like an infinite black void. You have the uneasy feeling your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't really want to try to process what this place actually looks like. It's a weird feeling. Hi? Creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. If you built a large muscular person as some kind of writhing black ooze and or smoke and or just plain raw darkness. Has a fist-sized glowing crystal embedded in its chest about where its sternum would be, and as you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy, kind of like heat coming off of a radiator, except also the opposite of that. And also not at all related to that. Look, incomprehensible forces are tricky to describe, okay? Creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like it's dancing, or praying, or maybe just absent-mindedly flaying. Seems oblivious to your presence, although that will probably change pretty quickly if you try to interfere with it. Let's say if you tried prying the glowing crystal out of its chest. Creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. Pry out the crystal. You can grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. Creature howls, its long spindly arms flail ineffectively at you. Barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hand into murky flesh, fingers questing through lukewarm tar till they find ribs, gritting your teeth, forcing open the cage, creaking, cracking, snapping like dry branches. You grab your prize and tear it free from the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. The crystal is both warm and cold in your hands. It has a slight buzzing vibration to it. Ooh, rift crystal. Well, that was a thing. Curse you that taking that weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now, and you prefer to keep it. Hang on a second. Let me. Oh, can I? No, I can't. I can't look at my inventory. Damn it. I want to see if it's any good. Taking the weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. I mean, the game does try to warn you about that, but it's like the game is telling you, well, this could be a bad idea. I mean, a rift crystal does sound pretty damn powerful. I don't know what the fuck it's gonna do. Like this This could be a really bad idea if I take it through. Then again, might not. Let's go through anyway. Rift crystal. That swell crystal you found inside the rift in Ernest Zimmer's basement. Looks like we can still go through. Okay. I have bad news. Remember how I said everything was fine? Let's just say your house is incredibly haunted now. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll think of something. Check out this neat crystal I found. It's inside the rift. Makes you uncomfortable. Can I have it? No, it's mine. There's another dimension inside my house. Maybe I should smash the crystal. Like, if I go back into the rift and smash the crystal, maybe that'll destroy it, and... I don't know. Pull out a hammer out of your entry, or if you don't actually have a hammer, whatever object would be the most hammer adjacent. Get the crystal solid whack, makes it sound like a baby being torn in half, and bursts into glittering shards that shoot off into the darkness. Immediately you feel, well, I was going to say a massive earthquake, but since you aren't standing on the ground, you wouldn't feel that. It's more of an everything quake. You should probably get out of here. You dive back through the rift just before it collapses, vanishes, /heals. Thankfully, you find yourself back in Ernest Zimmer's basement, and not just some kind of horrible between-dimension purgatory. Woo. Fixed it. I closed the rift. Hey. Whew. Well, okay then. It was muscle plus 3 damage. Well, I don't need that. Hey, look, everything's back to normal. Can I go to the other side of his basement now? I can! Lovely. Anything on the nearby shelves? Basement junk. Bottom shelf? Shelf is just jam jars, nothing except dust. Write my name in the dust. Third shelf. Shelf is a box labeled things. It's full of little screws, rubber bands, stuff like that. Looks like when Zimmer's kitchen junk drawer is too full, he just dumps it in here. Since you're already looking, you sift through it. Pocket of fuse. Dose of fuel, tins of varnish. Apparently I can fish in just about anything. That's kind of cool, at least. I got a glob of tar. Have I seen a place where I need a fuse? I'm trying to think if I've... Because I know there was one in the prologue, but obviously that was in the prologue, so... To-do list. Take the pockets while back and get a fancy down about the speakeasy deed you found. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna do all that. Okay. So you know the new place I got is St. Polycarp's, is that? Ooh. Meat stash, fourth tree to the left of church, back row. Ooh, old wallet. Hey, sweet. Okay, that one sounded flat. I'm sure I recognize that tune. It's merrily we roll along.
Yeah.
What did I just pick up? Unpleasant hymnal. Handful of holy water. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was going to see everything okay, but plainly not. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Services are cancelled for the moment. What's the matter? One of the urns has been stolen from our catacombs. Stolen. This tiny cathedral has catacombs? Well, that sounds nicer than basement. Any particularly important ashes? A saint or something? Oh my goodness, we wouldn't keep the relics of a saint in the cathedral like this. Our urns are just ashes for former vicars and community leaders and so on. But they're all important in their own way. The bishop is due to arrive for inspection soon. Yeah, bishops always seem to arrive just about in time for an inspection somewhere. Anyway, I can look into it for you. Unlock the door, you can have a look. Spare urns. Dunk Humphrey visiting from Saskatoon. Seems like a dead end, and they sure have some weird names up in Canada. Charles Wallace, 111 Plunkett Street. This address from the antique store. I have to ask Charles about that next time you see him. Captain Augustus Dirt, 23 Kerwin Avenue. This one might be worth following up. I don't have a match. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Off to the house, I guess. He might have it, he might not. Well-dressed man flagged you down. Do you have a match on your person? I'm afraid not. Well, that just won't... Oh, and he gives me a match. Well, okay, well, I know where to use that. Oh, no, sorry, that was wrong. I thought that was the rock. Might need to look that date up. That's something I can look up at the news agents. Hello. I'm the milkman or milkwoman. I got your milk. The Municipal Census Bureau. Congratulations, you've won the sweepstakes. Fat chance. Never won nothing, didn't. From the Municipal Census Bureau. Urns? Five urns. Go away. Well, we know it's him now. I'm the milkman. Selling some leather jackets. I know. If I go to the newsagents, that date may clue me into something. In an Ocean City back alley, you find some strange graffiti with an unsolved division problem. Solve it! Yay. I made short work of long division. Sandwich, April 18th, 1858. What's that all about? Okay. Pan sandwich. Hey, got a pressed ham panini. Right, this was the one on the thing, wasn't it? Cover story today is the sinking of the Porquad, a whaling vessel that operated off the coast of Ocean City. The story says that the wreck had only one survivor, Captain Augustus Dirch. Despite his best efforts to go down with the ship, he was rescued and transported to shore by a friendly otter. Tragic and adorable, apparently. Oh, we've also got this one. This morning, a new sculpture was revealed in Goldthwaite Park, donated by Ocean City Controller Margaret something or other. Sculpture which consisted of 5 jagged pointed rocks arranged in a rough circle. Alright, nothing too serious there. Yay! I still need more muscle and mysticality. I get the feeling that's going to be a very late game area I'm going to get into there. Also, while I'm at it... sort of? Don't like the sound of that. Oliver is gone. Handoff went very badly. Yeah, that too. We go over the event, the fridge. Fancy Dan makes a variety of faces at various points in your story because Fancy Dan is a good listener. Oliver is carrying this with him. Dan skims the deed. It says here that ownership of the speakeasy is automatically transferred to whoever has physical possession of the deed. Is that legal? None of this is legal. Oh yeah. I guess you're my new boss, baby. Let's have a drink to mourn the old boss and one celebrate the new boss. Good idea. Guess you ought to change the name since, well, Oliver's place is no longer Oliver's place. I can just call it Oymon's place. Something hip like the Purple Door. Or something incisive and avant-garde like, I don't know, Noblesse Oblige? Fair enough. Yeah, Oymon's place is fine. The business! We make the beer in the house, so that's safe, but we're out of everything else, and based on your story, said the stuff at the factory isn't safe to use. Yeah. If you can find booze or mixers or garnishes, bring them back here. Any idea where to get started? No. Might want to check in with Barnaby. Ooh. Milky-eyed sot at the table by the wall. Doesn't see very well, but he's got a nose for news and a sixth sense for booze. You might know where you can find what you're looking for. Thanks. You? Ah, Barnaby. A few moments, distilled to its essence, a lake just like Valley abandoned. Some grapes under here. Hey, I got floor grapes. That's the wrong one. Take them to Fancy Dan. Okay. Found some floor grapes. Floor grapes, huh? Well, when life gives you floor grapes, make floor wine, baby. Okay, well, that was a thing. Okay, back to the house, because now we know what this guy probably wants to hear. Ooh, spearmint taffy. What is that? Apparently that's a potion. Okay, sure, why not? I want to talk to you about the poor quad. Alright, you better come in. It's a simple device, glass vessel filled with whale blubber. The lamp really rolls off the tongue, though. I wonder how long this goes on for. Probably infinite. It's one of those gags. Yeah, okay. We got work to do. Pet the cat. You're wearing a collar that said Ishmael. Because of course. Well, I'm from the Ocean View City Watchful Eye. You know the newspaper? Well, I don't trust newspaper reporters either. And unfortunately, I'm only one of those three things. Let's give up. At this stage, storm blew up unexpectedly, hit a funny rock, all hands lost. That was decades ago, why are you bothering me now? It's a slow news day. What was funny about the rocks? You ever see a 30-foot black basalt obelisk sticking straight up out the ocean? Can't say I have. Me neither, and I've been sailing around that route for years. So I guess when you said funny, you didn't mean as in haha funny. How many member on your crew? There's Pegleg, Handsome Jeff, and Less Handsome Jeff, and Old Barnacle Face. Looks accounts at the row of urns and the other one. So 5. With the rocks in your front yard. I know nothing about those except for the date marker I put. Did they just come with the house? New ones pop up every once in a while. What's that got to do with anything? Well, nothing, I guess. Who was the 5th sailor? I can't recall. He was new. Just signed on for the last voyage. Didn't talk much. Eerie fella, to be honest. Eerie? Spooky, and that's all I gotta say about him. You have a lot of urns. Crew's bodies washed ashore after a time. Didn't figure they'd want a sea burial after what happened, so I had them cremated, except that 5th fellow weren't never found. I ain't recall how that urn got there. We remember the crew right and proper though, so he's got as much right to be here as any of them. You ever visit that little cathedral? Sure, I used to go there, pay my respects once in a while, before my knee started acting up. Plenty of urns to talk to right here though. Talk to the urns? We shoot the breeze, relive old glories and such. You say that like they talk back. They do. I can see from your face you don't believe me, so ask them yourself. So I'm probably going to work out which urn is which. So anyway, it's 4 o'clock, so I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll try to find out which urn is the mysterious person. It's kind of weird that like the story is like weird random person joins his crew, and then the ship hits a strange obelisk and the person seemingly just disappears. Like, that might have more significance later, it might not, I'm not sure. Anyway, back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Okay, so apparently we've got to talk to these urns. 5th sailor. Look around and make sure the captain's asleep, then mutter gruffly, "Are there, Johnny? You can speak freely now, sailor. I got rid of that no-good landlubber." Nothing important, your basic landlubber prattle. Trying to sell newspapers in light paint, no, never mind. Everything ship shape. Reminisce about old times. Can you tell me how you got the name Peg? Well, that's because of my leg, right? Got it because I lost the original leg. Anyway, time for a nap. Talk to you later. Okay. Alright. Which particular yawn of your past have you got on your mind? Let's talk about you. Me? Fella next year is Less Handsome Jeff, so his judgment of your relative appearance is literal, or is it more of an ironic reversal? Well, you never... wait a minute, don't you remember what I actually look like? You wanted to wax nostalgic about old times or anything? Alright. Yeah, okay, not much there. Chatting mood, sure. You know the captain man a few words and all that. Happy to listen though. What about your name there? Barnacle Face? Oh, about that. I was just wondering. I mean, of course I know why, but if you got any insight into it. Right, okay. 5th person. Oh, talkative one, are ya? Talking. Use some smokes. Cigarettes? What does an urn want with a cigarette? Can I not just take it? Have I got to go and find cigarettes? Right, looks like I gotta go get some cigarettes for this bloody urn. Okay, can I buy cigarettes? Maybe? Before you actually turn the corner, you hear 2 glockenspiel players. They're high-pitched, plinky glockenspiels extremely loudly. By the time you actually get up to them, you're not totally deaf, but you wish you were. Give them a music lesson. Hey. It's weird how slow experience gain is in this game. It used to be much faster in the other one. I feel like they've slowed your leveling up down quite a bit. Speaking of which, what are we at? Ooh, 94. Good, I can buy something. What? XP gathering +3. I mean, +3 physical armor wouldn't be bad. Or I could save up for a bit more HP and an extra point of mysticality, which means I can do more damage. Let's get... yeah, let's get this one, because armor is important. Still working on it. What you got for sale? Do you have any cigarettes? Yes, you do. Excellent. I'm assuming I just bought them. Okay. Yeah, I've still got... Oh, I keep forgetting those books need experience points at the end. Okay. Still, we got a new combat skill. 3 physical damage and reduces Moxie by 3. That could come in handy. Alright, back to the bleeding house again. It would be an unusual sight if you hadn't already seen it before. Follow them and play 10 and goblin spells. Can I still join them yet? No. Alright, keep going. I like how it references the fact you have seen it before. It's a nice touch. Looks right. Just leave them on the table if you please. Put the cigarettes on the tray and quickly catch your pan. Put the fish only put them in the captain. Make your smoke be up on the table. Appreciate it, Captain. Then you hide behind the captain, who is snoring in his chair. After a time, the bookcase slides aside, and an unshaven, shifty-looking guy pokes his head out, glances around surreptitiously. Then he tiptoes over to the table, picks up the pack of cigarettes, and returns to the secret door. The book slides shut behind him. Well now. Try to push the sides but locked in place. There must be a catch, I mean literally. Multiple guide to Lieutenant Harbour. Seaman's Manual of Ropes and Knots. Practical secret doors for home handling. Please tell me it's that one. Turn the book forward and nothing happens. So you pull the book all the way off the shelf and nothing happens. Flip through the book open. Start rifling through the pages until you find one page with the corner turned down. A diagram on the page shows the 3 most common unobtrusive latch mechanisms for bookshelf-based secret doors. And on closer inspection, this bookcase is using the second one. Hey, what are you doing in, Are you seriously about to ask me what I'm doing in here? Yeah, even I was saying it sounded stupid. How did you find me? I hid and watched you come out for your smokes. Oh, that was you, huh? I thought the captain's voice didn't sound quite right. So what's your deal? Well, it's basically just what it looks like. Probably looks like you're hiding in this old man's house to rob him while he sleeps. In that case, it's not at all what it looks like. I'm listening. I'll admit, at first I was planning on robbing him. I figured an old sea captain must have secret treasure, right? He wasn't a pirate. No, it turns out he was just a lonely old man with nobody to talk to except his old sailing buddy, so I started hanging out back here and chatting with him through the wall. You didn't find it strange? He was a little spooked at first, but once I'd gotten a handle on how the different voices should sound and learned enough to keep up with the anecdotes, he relaxed. It's nice to have someone to talk to, even if the situation is kind of weird, right? That's all? You do it just because you feel sorry for him? Yeah, well, I won't pretend I don't like having somewhere to stay rent-free, and his pension from the shipping company is pretty good, and his short-term memory is kind of bad, so he doesn't pay much attention to the fact he's buying food for 2 people. He's a good guy and it's an easy life. Don't screw this up for us, okay? Wait, what's it to you anyway? I'm here about the stolen urn. Oh, yeah, that was probably a mistake. He mentioned the 5th sailor a few times, so I thought he might like to have the whole crew together, you know? So I lifted a random urn from the little cathedral to fill the spot. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Vicar really needs it back. Okay, it'll be weird if it just vanishes though. Can you swap it for another one? Captain don't open them, so we won't notice if there's no ashes in it. Great. Now I need to go find another bloody urn. Have I seen an urn? I don't remember an urn. Urn. Have I seen an urn anywhere? I don't remember an urn off the top of my head. I mean, I could go around checking all the locations. But then you attract and you see one of those weird fishmen looking in the mouth of an alley up ahead. They're peering around with their glistening, staring eyes and glubbering at each other quietly. Till one of them notices you, and his two companions start stalking towards you, making wet sounds. Jeez. What even are you guys? Well... Are you invaders? Or are you natives that were displaced by overdevelopment, seeking to reclaim what's rightfully yours? Evil? Okay. That one. Take the dubious overcan until the ball starts to rattle. Pop the tad and hurl it at the fisherman. It explodes in a spray of sweet carbonated water, which they like, and glittering aluminum shrapnel, which they don't. The confluence of the two conflicting emotions confuses them enough for you to escape. Well, that's good. Was there an urn in here? There might have been. Or there might not. Loathing man with thick eyelashes suffers up to you with determined expression, but we can actually shove some meat in your mouth. Ah, it's this guy again. Yeah, I've run into him before. Didn't I clear this place out? I thought I got rid of all the tentacles in here. Oh wait, this is where I needed the bloody fuse box for. There! Aha! Oh, that does not look fun. You know what? I'm gonna leave that for later. Thanks. I'm good. I'm gonna wait up a bit. I'll always pick and choose your battles. Okay, so aside from that one thing, at least I remembered where the fuse was. Park Hobo Camp? No, I don't. Off the top of my head, I can't think I've seen an urn before. Maybe I can talk to this guy and he'll say, yeah, I've got a few spare urns. Okay, past my alley were two women wearing grease-stained coveralls. Ah, I think I'm starting to develop a bit of a bad reputation. Lower their mouths and snap their fingers, tips their end into a pocket of white-hot flames. Tin Lizzies have mages? Oh, swell. Well, I guess we're fighting. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, I should have used a grenade. I forgot about that. Hey, Shelly got stronger too. Ooh, Tin Lizzy's Chop Shop. Save it for later. Okay, nothing there. There was that thing I needed the match for too. Oh, spare urns. There was a pot with spare urns. I'd forgotten about that because I hadn't been paying attention. Here's a patch of curb next to a sewer grate. Concrete appears to have absorbed a significant quantity of magical sewer energy. Ooh. Glowing ooze. Nice. Well, experience points, I guess. Yes, it did. Great. So we square then. Everything's Jake. Look, this is really shady and weird. You really should just be honest with the guy. Yeah, I guess you're right. Gotta build up to it, though. If I just pop out a bookshelf at him, he's liable to have a heart attack or try to kill me. Alright, good luck. Well, hopefully that'll all come fine in the end. Maybe, maybe not. Excellent. Hey, more candy. Always nice. Ah. Looks like I was going to just put it down. I guess I got to give it to the guy. Here you go. Get this polished and reinstalled right away. Blessings be upon you. In fact, let me make that blessing literal. I have some holy water of St. Polycarp around here somewhere. Okay. Oh, +1 muscle. Thanks. Say, those ashes are in the urn. These ashes are in... Fortunately, we don't know his name, but he was a sailor who washed ashore near here after a shipwreck. Some of the locals took him in, but he didn't survive the night, poor fellow. He was interned here as an act of charity. Was that about 50 years ago? Oh no, it's more like 300 years ago. Huh, interesting. Actually, that is kind of weird. Doesn't add up. So yeah, I just got random 1 muscle, so there we go. Okay. So after all that one... Oh no, hang on, we still got the chop shop. First officer has to push you to start his pitch before you can cross the street to avoid him. Would you like to purchase several encyclopedias? No. But you might say that, understandable, understandable. What if I told you this was no ordinary encyclopedia? Do you think that's something likely to tell me? So likely it's certain. Step a little closer, would you? I wouldn't. Stand your ground, he waits a few seconds and takes a step forward. He opens his trench coat to reveal a set of dog-eared paperback books. Still a collection of boring facts. It's an encyclopedia of blue humor. Multi-volume collection of lewd and lasciviousness. Whatever that is. A trove of truly tasteless treasure. It's a set of books of dirty jokes. Give Sleaze armor. Do I want Sleaze armor? I mean, Sleaze armor... It's armor. $200 meat, though. That's a lot. I do have a good chunk of money on me at the moment. Yes, sure. I'll let you read it. No, I'm definitely not reading it. Managed to sneak up to Tin Lizzie's hideout without anyone noticing. You aren't going to stay noticed for long, however. This place is crawling with Lizzies. Right, so I have to read the book. Prototype car freshener. Tin Lizzies are busy trying to dismantle the car. It's already pretty thoroughly mantleless. Looks like watching someone trying to escape. Just one more sandwich worth of meat and a leftover turkey carcass. Fair enough. Do I want to deal with these people? There's only 2 of them. Let's see what we got. Worried that might happen. Actually, that reminds me. Okay, yeah, I am up to 4 out of 6. Okay, not bad. Greasy gloves, sharpening stone, disposable ratchet. Lovely. Really haven't found anything better than what I'm currently using in terms of mysticality, have I? Ah, okay, can't use that. Sleaze armor, stench armor, moxie, spooky armor. Yeah, physicality. Nothing there, nothing there. Still just you, okay. Ooh, apparently we've got a greasy wrench. Welding mask. I'm sensing a theme here. Hand washing gasoline. What? Huh. Bunch of tin lizzies are hanging out here. Their attention is mainly focused on something further to the right. Camera doesn't move far enough for you to see what it is. Okay. You just burn my turtle, you git? Ow! Alright, what do we got? We got 7, we got 8, and we got 7. I think I can deal with all of these. Ow. Well, I was going to say, my turtle's about to bugger off. Alright, let's throw another one of these and... No, didn't work. Of course it bloody didn't. Why would it work? Bloody soda cans. That's why I always do it at the end of a fight, so I can, you know, get the acknowledgement for using it without having to worry about losing the bloody fight. Welding bench. Ooh, welding mask. Goody. I'm going to assume that you are Tin Lizzie and you're the boss of the area. Quite literally, you are going to be the boss. I've already taken care of one gang, so I might as well just take care of all of them at this point. Just a little slow, sarcastic slap as you step forward. Nice entrance. Thanks, nice chair. Thanks, who the hell are you? Ain't you sweet? I'm Big Liz. Big Liz Studebaker. Boss of this gang. Makes sense. Now, considering that you just busted up into my scrapyard and beat up 5 of my girls, plus however many on the way here, I figured you got something on your mind. What is it? Want you to stop attacking me on the street? Want to join your gang? I didn't have any particular goal in mind. Yeah, stop attacking me on the street. Girls do get a bit rowdy, sorry about that. Tell you what, you got this far, my girls ain't no slouches, that's word of respect, so I'll grant you a boon. Like, a favor? Yeah, within reason. Let me know this isn't some kind of trick. No trick, you can trust me, because I'm sitting on the crescent throne. That means everything I say is automatically true. Wow, like the Pope? Kinda, yeah. We're really into hierarchy and chain of command here. So if you say you have a million meat, what if you say black is white? Look, this isn't magic. Look, part of being a good leader is not trying to use your powers in stupid ways. Anyway, get one wish. What is it? Or you cannot wish for more wishes. Nuts. Call off your girls, wish for prizes, join your gang, wish to fight you, wish to sit in your swivel chair. I need to think about it for a bit. Alright, well, offer's open. I'm trying my patience, though. Alright, so... I'll leave that hanging just for a little bit, because that might come back and help later. So for now, let's head back to home and... I keep running into those guys. Okay. Hello. It says puzzle books, you get a weird feeling about some of them. Nestled among the books and papers is a book of old but still valid postage stamps with a few missing. They're surrounded by a haze of weird, shadowy energy, but you can still clearly see the illustrations of a cute dog on them. Wait a minute, cute dogs? That's just like the stamp that survived your luggage fire. And of course, that stamp is what destroyed your luggage. All your best stuff was in there, your clothes, your teddy bear. That tears it. The shadow business has become personal. I mean, it was already personal kind of because of Murray being your uncle and all. Now it's extra personal. These stamps, he seems to have shadow gunk on them, and one of them killed my luggage. I guess that was my fault. I ran out of stamps. I found these inside Murray's desk. I didn't even think to test them. I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. It's whatever's causing this damn shadow stuff. Definitely going to put a stop to it, though? Wait, how many of these stamps have you used? Just one, thankfully. The rest of us have already been gone when Murray found them. That's good news, at least. Found the watch. It was complicated. I'd be more surprised if you told me it was simple. Well, you know the drill. Strap it on and jump into the uncursing machine. It's a pocket watch. It doesn't... Just uncurse until you get some sleep, okay? You look like you've been through the ringer. We'll dispute that. Okay. He snorts pocket watch up into its dome, begins its strange loud work. Pocket watch is pulled this way, that way. Its ticks become ticks but anagrammed, and its tops anagram again. And as 3 hands are forcibly bent back, you swear you hear screams. And then it's done. Watch falls to your lap. The hand's now set to 16:35:12, which was the time that it actually was when that popped up, because I just had to glance at my watch. I was like, is that that's the time? Okay, uncursed pocket watch. Watch curse now is resigned in the machine. Alright, sure, let's do this. What's going to happen this time? In your mind's eye, you see the hands of a pocket watch spin back on themselves with jittery violence. With each revolution, the face of the watch itself expands until it's larger than you. The building, the street, your whole world lives in the blur of fast-running hands, in which you see the life go by in reverse time. Submarines turn to longships, cities to stone dwellings, cowboys to the courtesans. You're traveling faster and faster to the beginning of time itself. There's no telling when this ride will end. Oh. I'm a dinosaur. Eat the chessboard. Chomp. I am not eating the cat. There's 2 salad forks. No, you lack opposable thumbs necessary to turn a doorknob. You're completely contained in here. Unless you figure out how to open a door. 10 dexterity. No, dexterity isn't even a stat, is it? No, hang on, dexterity isn't a stat. Not in this game. Break the door down. I'm a big dinosaur. Doesn't make a dent. Maybe that's why dinosaurs are extinct, couldn't open doors. Eat Charles. You baby, we're all hungry. Please help, I'm a dinosaur. Can you open the door for me? A groovy pocket watch you got there. I like the way it ticks, 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 you understand? Always not to throw that power away. Let's power on a timepiece. A lot of good can be done with groovy power. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, dexterity isn't a thing. Check for messages. Eat the phone. Open door, eat Jessica, eat Gabby, eat cat. Eat Gabby. I've got all your horns rattling, been dipping into the nose paint again. I'm a dinosaur. I'm quick as drawing the rest. Well, your ancestors might have been. Can you open the door for me? Gabby doesn't talk like that. What strangeness afflicts thee? Never mind, for the sun transits the horizon, and I grow ever the more in need of thy assistance. Understand why she sleep under this roof. Thou art my lodger, and a signature on this paperwork is by me required. You open the doors for me? I do not believe those doors to be locked. Well, what do you know? And I will find in the telephone table neither a key to satisfy their need. You stop talking like this. Oh, I gained a dexterity point. Okay, now I've got 3 dexterity. Right, so I'm very slowly gaining dexterity points doing this. The door is locked. 9 dexterity to do that. Oh, I got 5 dexterity. Shake his hand. And now I have 6. Something's bigger than your brain. You'd have helped the entire table with a few quick bites. Oh, good. Can't relate to most of the books they have here. There's one travelogue by Diplodocus that provides moderately entertaining. Read! Hands carved letters help onto the chalkboard. For now thy sleep is all the more sweet. With last, with I looking the older man, though you are far older than I shall ever be. Never saw this room before. We are the Alpha and the Omega, you the beginning of time and I its end. Will you walk with me, dear friend, to watch the death of the world and the birth of another? Yes. Did it work? Answer the uncursed pocket watch, beat on. Boats with the current born correctly into the future. You pull the pocket watch out and look at it. It's gained some luster. Oh, good. I wish I had a tail. Me too sometimes. Cool. Okay, so I've got an uncursed pocket watch. There we go. That's a little better than what I had before. Uncle Maru was a real surprise. I didn't read it. What did it actually say? Basically, he just asked if I could come visit him because he needed help. Something big, and he knew he had an adventuresome spirit. I haven't seen him in ages. I mean, I only saw him at Crimbo, and sometimes he came with us when we went camping in the summer, but after I moved out to go to college, kind of lost touch except for birthday cards. You dropped everything to come and see him? See crazy Uncle Murray again? Of course. Did you still do that trick where he pulls 5 meat out your ear? What? Ew. It was super gross. I loved it when I was 10. Well, I bet he'll do it if you ask him, if you can find him. Not to dispute the importance of collecting these weird artifacts or anything, but I'm worried about how worried about Uncle Murray. How is this helping find him? Oh, I guess I didn't really explain that. See, the Detectotron 1000 is new. We only really got it running after Murray disappeared. He always searched out artifacts in a more hands-on way. Research, networking, following rumors, that kind of thing. That last artifact he went after, it could basically be anywhere. Detectotron only detects the nearest artifact. I see, so you figure if we pick them up in order, eventually we'll get the one that he was looking for. Right. I wish to hell he'd left a note about where he was going, but I guess he thought it was either too dangerous and didn't want us following, or he just rushed off all excited like a kid in a toy store. Sorry for you. Yeah, that tracks. Go to sleep. Thinking about I need you to approve a new tent for the storefront next door. What? Why is it up to me? Someone's got to do it. There's 3 applicants from the place. Okay, what we got? First is Le Table Enchanté. It's a high-end kitchen store, magical utensils and the like. Second is 10 Things I Hat About You. Hat store, I presume. Terrible name. Last applicant is Texas Instruments. Guy from Texas selling musical instruments, I suppose. Well, I use Mysticality, which I guess the fancy kitchen? Cool. All right. Oh boy, what now? A fitful dream. Or your favorite pants gone. Jeff, a kid who used to bully you in 3rd grade. Make amends. Oh. Hey, listen, no hard feelings, okay? I understand in retrospect that you must have had problems at home, and I just wanted you to know everything's okay. Just what's your new lively book out of your hand? Ah, I see. Since this is just dream version of you, you're still as much of a jerk as you were in the 3rd grade. Jeff suddenly punches you, knocking out all your teeth. If this was actually happening, I'd be really mad. I got my teeth, apparently. Fun. Oh, it's you. Creepy Crimbo lady from the refrigerator factory, now in literal nightmare form. Excuse me, I need to get past you. Why, are you in a hurry to wake up? Darling, it's Crimbo. You should be making merry. Crimbo is still months away. Oh, but it's always Crimbo in dreams, dear. Oh, Merry Crimbo, then. Merry Crimbo, dearie. I didn't have time to properly introduce myself. I'm Dark Noël. In an affection as goofy as her name, she curtsies. Dark Noël, huh? You're really taking this motif seriously, right down to the weird, evil-looking Crimbo hat. Her smile falters a little. Evil-looking. I told you at the refrigerator factory. It's just a... Wait. She points to the weird device she's holding at her hat. Dots beeping in a fast, irregular pattern. You're telling me that you can see the special Crimbo magic with your eyes? Yeah, if that's what it is. It's decidedly unfested news. I better talk to the president. You want to talk to Calvin Coolidge about your Crimbo hat? I want to talk to the real president about you. I see. Yes, that's the problem, dear. And I'll see you soon with the solution. She scowls and jumps off the edge of whatever it is you're standing on. Ominous. Ooh, the melting mind. You had a conversation with Freddy to hold it for you in the exact moment you went to sleep. I did that, though. Who's this Freddy guy? Alright, so this Dark Noël character... Oh, hello, who the fuck are you? Alarmingly, a man in an expensive suit is standing at the foot of your bed. What the heck, who are you? You may call me... Don Toblerone. Freddy Krueger? Is that what it's a reference to? Could be. Could be. I'm not sure. A residence of an organization, or shall we say like-minded criminals. Organized criminals like the mob? Wait, you're the Don of the local mob, the mob boss in my room personally. No, I'm not the Don. That is merely my nomenclature. It's an abbreviation for Donald. Oh, well, that's confusing. It has been a matter of some confustation, yes. I do have a... Oh, crying out loud, I don't care for it. A what? Donny-thesaurus. Gonna hazard a guess they call you that because you like long words. Very astute of you. Of course, this dissertation comes as no surprise. My sources tell me you've handled yourself well during the conflagration at the refrigerator manufactorium. Do you actually own a thesaurus? I'm here to propound for your considerationing a certain proposition. I'm here to make you an offer. Oh, can I refuse it? Certainly, though your refusal will be, shall we say, unadvisory. What is it? From time to time, my colleagues and I have certain requirements, but lack the necessary manpower to achieve them. At such junctures, we make lucrative arrangements with certain capable individuals. We find ourselves at this moment at juncture... Okay, so you want me to do contract work for the mob. I mean, I won't say no, I guess. Excellent. May I articulate as such? Just sit tight, as they say. We'll call upon you. He gives you a curt nod, then leaves the room through the window. Takes him 3 or 4 tries to get to work the latch. Well, okay then. Fine, until a mudbite crawled in my bedroom window. Oh yeah, that window's pretty lousy. Anyway, the next antique I need you to find is a compass. The directions kind, not the circus kind. Right, sorry, circles kind, right. Dr. Khan says it's out near Crystal Dream Lake. Don't know where that is, but I bet it's too far to walk. Do you have a car I can borrow? No, but I have something better than that. 2 cars? Bus pass. Stop out front is your gateway to a whole wide world of adventure. Well, thanks. Unfortunately, I couldn't get more specific reading other than near the lake. Something about that plate's making the instrument scrolls screwy. You take a map. Okay. This is a postcard. It has a map of the lake on it. It has a picture of the lake on it. Well, that's what a map is. A picture of the lake. Can't argue that logic. That is true. So have you called on T? Call them. It's me, Don. Yeah. Have you recently my missive? Commendable. What's up? There is an assignment for it to require your permission. Alright. As an undertaking. I'm glad you want the comedic sort. There is an antiqued distillery near Crystal Dream Lake, Grandpa Joe's Distillery. To be precocious. It was abandoned when Prohibition began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group of contrapositive to our own has claimed it as their territory and wished these bloodsuckers to be evicted with extreme prejudice. So you want me to give them a bunch rush to a bunch of rival mob goons? There is no underground criminalization that rivals our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, it is my intention that you will observe in the phraseology a high degree of literalness. The group to which I referenced are Nosferatu. What? Vampires. Okay, I get it. You're telling me there are actual vampires in this part of the world? Affirmative. They've been a pain in our necks for quite an extended period of time. Oh, I appear to have inadvertently voiced another witticism. Didn't even notice. Alright, I'll take care of your vampires, or I guess there isn't that much weirder than the fishermen. The fishmen, even. Where's the distillery? You're requiring the combination to the lock. Let me guess, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly not. Kindly allow us credit for a modicum of operational securitizing. So it's 9999. Okay, goodbye. Well, killing some vampires doesn't sound too bad. It's not like we're killing... Well, I'm assuming we're not killing a bunch of innocent people. Okay, bus pass. Yeah, I got this. Read this weird book, including all the several pages long footnotes. About the skill Mind Melt. Can't help but think there's more to the story in this, though. Maybe you should read it again. If you do, Mind Melt will also heal you 5 HP. Okay. How much experience points do I have? Wrong button. I seem to have lost all the effects that I had from yesterday. That's a shame. So I've got 82 experience points. Okay. Hey there. Yep, that's me. Pleased to meet you. I'm Molly. Molly Buttons, they call me. Charmed. How do you know my name? The boss sent me to lend you a hand and to keep an eye on you. Savvy? What? Hey now, I put in my 2 weeks notice before I left Plowkeepsie fair and square. Oh no, not that boss. The boss. You know. The mob boss. Oh, the boss. He's like, I can't tell if you've got a screw loose or if you're just funning with me. I like to keep people guessing. You're supposed to partner up with me. That's the deal. And do what? What's a 20-something girl like you doing work for the mob anyway? Hey, ain't just a pretty face. She pulls a Tommy gun with a full-size drum magazine from behind her back. Gives it a flip in the air and catches it in a mad glitter in her eye. Holy shoot. Put that away before someone sees. Cripes, you have to whisper the boss, but you're fine with waving a machine gun around in public. So, are we teaming up or what? Sure, why not? Welcome to the party. Alright, let's swap over with someone else. Just for a bit. Gabby's fun, but not fantastic. So it looks like companions are swappable, because in the original game you picked a companion at the start of the game and you carried them through to the end of the game. Because they had kind of a little story arc where things you did would help them to get a better ending. Okay. What you got for sale, big guy? A garlic press and a slotted spoon. Which, honestly, that's as good as what I've already got. I think. Oh, where is the one I've already got? I got so much stuff here. Yeah, I got 3 mysticality, and I got mysticality plus 3 physical. And this is mysticality plus 3 physical. That being said, if I buy that, if I equip it, and that doesn't drop my thing down, but if I then take a sharpening stone, yes. And now it's 4 physical damage. Excellent, that's an extra point of damage. And single points of damage are surprisingly effective. Okay, I'm a little curious if I've like missed anything, because it does seem like there's a couple of blank spaces. Let me find anything. Throw with a grenade. Was that my last one? That might be my last one, actually. Okay, I need to... I think... There were all 6 of them, 3 of them blew up in my face. 306 ain't too bad. I think I can still sell them. In exchange for your research, I give you a discount. How much? 200 meat in total savings across all future purchases. Here you go. Seems less of a discount and more like a flat reward. I just don't like doing arithmetic. That's fair. Okay. I think we're alright for now. So, yeah, I don't know if we are actually like missing anywhere or if this is it. You had a street corner, encountered a woman in a welding mask using tightly focused magic fire to cut the fenders off a parked car. Supply cars behind you, turn around to see muscular women in the left hand. Is this your car? No. It ain't your business. Ooh, bewitch! So as you're going about this all wrong, you'll get much more useful parts off this jalopy if you take it back to your garage first instead of trying to strip it quick and dirty off the street. But Hotwire Nancy's visiting her ma today. Good thing you met me then. You two go on ahead, get your tools ready, I'll get the car there for you. Little old hocus pocus. Waggle your fingers and the hubcap floats off the car as a lazy orbit around your head. I'll just hover it there, it's no big thing. Used to do this for Uncle Mickey all the time whenever he'd flip his tractor over. Hey! Suckers. Okay, so it doesn't... I don't know, maybe there isn't anything more. It does feel like there should be something there, maybe something there, and maybe one thing here, but... Also, I should probably head to the Broad Wall real quick, because I'm sure I've got some more hats. Do we really have to fight? Alright, alright, alright. 3 hot damage. Okay. You got 12 and you got, ooh, 13. Shoot random enemy for 1 physical damage 7 times. Kneecap for 3 physical, reducing their muscle by 3. Nice. Hey, Shelly got stronger too. That's nice. Alright. Well, it's 5 o'clock, so we'll do the hats when we get back. I'm trying to remember which hats I have and which ones I haven't seen him with, but I'm sure he'll remind me of that when I go in there. So, yeah, back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Alright, so I think I've already worn the chef's hat with this guy. We do have a welding mask. There we got 2. Nice. Got 2 chef's hat. I think that's actually, yeah, that's all we've got. I'm pretty sure I've been in there with the rest. Okay. When we're on the streets of Ocean City, encounter a man carrying a medium-sized piece of luggage. Not brief enough to be called a briefcase, but unsuitable as a suitcase for more than 2 suits. Okay. You like someone who appreciates a fine pair of pants. I do. What does that even look like? Astute, discerning, dare I say even perspicacious? Okay. I know anyone who dared say that word before. And I have a pair of pants that's gonna knock your socks off. Waxed slacks. Sleeves armor plus 2. Okay, sure. Oh, hey, there we go. Traveling salesman person. I have a room, but maybe I'll check it out. There we go. I did find a new place. While you notice some tin cans scattered now and stop stack them into a pyramid, let's do some bean shooter practice. Every little bit helps. And anyway, my fingers getting itchy. Seems like maybe we shouldn't be shooting guns in the middle of the city. Baloney, it's copacetic. The fuzz here ain't worth a plugged nickel. And who else is going to raise the beef when we're clearly healed? Take your word for it. Hey, 5 experience points for not really a whole lot, but okay. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the ones I got, but that's fun. A nice lady, but she only likes salesmen. She's you to a non-hobo, but at least you got some traditional translation practice. Fair enough. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this with all you acting like panicked schoolchildren. Mrs. Brewster, you gotta call the cops. What this town calls police, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. And I wouldn't have these hooligans turning my house upside down. But there's been a murder, someone has to do something. What you can do is go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious. I'm sorry we don't have any vacancies. Well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of the vets said something about a murder. Absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night. Nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end. I'll help. Like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels? Sure. If you solve the mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. Deal. What can you tell me? It's a travelling salesman. Oh, my lodger is a travelling salesman. What did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently, I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. How did he die? Well, I'm not sure. The body's missing. Look, you better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I locked the door so that no one will mess around in there. Well, okay then. Bathroom door. Kitchen. Okay. It was 3C, wasn't it? So no point in talking to anybody else yet. Ooh, extra high heel. What does that do? Increases your height, makes your steps higher. Okay. Step into your room, see and discover, holy crap, massive pool of blood on the floor. No body in sight. Hey, clean water, that's nice. We're gonna be locked. You're all at the wrong end. Whoa, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. The lines and glyphs appear to have been burned into the floor. You can see little blobs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram. Even smells faintly weird incense. Some kind of ritual. Looks like that's all I got. Found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? Yes, actually, an occult ritual circle. What? Oh my goodness. Do you think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way, man. Well, I've always felt a lodger's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit. Are any of your lodgers involved with the occult, do you know? I do recall that one of them specializes in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around. Well, okay then. No response. Still locked. Nervous looking salesman. Why are you doing in the hallway like that? Don't you know there's a murder on the loose? I'm investigating. Well, thank goodness somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman here? I know there's the guy who sells occult stuff. I gave him wild birth though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. Okay. He doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. Ah. You guys are selling pants from before. Want to buy some pants? No, just investigating the murder. Yes. You know any of those? Not really. Just the guy who sells those little Derringer pistols. He was complaining about the guy who lived right above him. That's the Trinket and Baubles guy, because he's making a racket dropping stuff on the floor. Okay. Not in the door with a kill on loose. I'm just investigating the murder. Do you have any information? There's one here who specializes in occult stuff. Seems suspicious to me. Which room's he in? I'm not sure. But it isn't the one above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. How do you know the other salesman? I don't know any of these guys, though I think there's a guy who sells brushes who's neighbour with the guy who sells pants. Right. So we've got pants and brushes downstairs on the left. Okay, thanks. I'm investigating the murder. So when you could give me something, don't really know these guys. There's a fellow that sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think. There's a guy that sells pants, but I can't tell. But all I can tell you about him is he isn't the guy right below me. Investigating the murder, what can you tell me about the people who live here? Well, I pretty much keep to myself. All I know is that the salesman is that one who sells jokes and gags, isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. What? Okay, I got a little turnaround. Okay, so we know it's... We know it's not there. And we know it's not there. So it could be 3B is the occult person. Of course, this one doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. And they're both still alive. Okay, I'm going to need to piece this together. Okay, I'm going to need to make some notes about this. This is getting a little confusing. Okay. Where's that pen? Right. We got 8 rooms. We know it's not that one, and we know it's not that one, and we know it's not that one. Guy sells a cultist doesn't live above me, which is that room. Doesn't live there or there. We know that 2C is empty. There's no one in there. The cult salesman doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. And they're both still alive. It's not that room because there's no one there. That's where the murder happened. Person there. It's just that brushes salesman lives next to the pants salesman. So we know that that's the pants guy. So this guy's brushes. Okay. Salesman who jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. So you're basically saying you're not the gags person. I think that's what that's saying. These two guys I've met are the jokes and gags seller who lives on this floor, and a pants hawker who doesn't live in the room right below me. No, that's the brush guy who lives below him. So I think you're the joke and gag person. I think he's the joke and gag person. Because this guy says, I've met around here are a joke and gag seller who lives on this floor, and there's only 2 other people other than him. And this guy says, salesman who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. The one who sells brushes is downstairs on the left. So it's not him. So yeah, that guy is the gags guy. So I'm slowly narrowing this down. Guy who sells occult stuff doesn't live above me, doesn't live in the same interval as the victim. Guy who sells derringers lives right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. Wait, trinkets? Oh wait, he's the derringer salesman. Oh, it does actually say that. Pants salesman. Ah, it doesn't say who he is though, but we know he's the brush guy. Hang on. So wait, is the person who sells trinkets and the person who sells gags the same person? Blimey, this is I don't think I'm getting the full picture here. So, you're the gags guy. I am fairly certain of that. I think? But I don't know if you're also the trinkets guy. Like, there's jokes and gags, and then there's also someone who's trinkets. But the guy who sells trinkets... I suppose you can supply me more information, can you? He lives in 2C. Ah. Okay, so 2C... Alright, so yeah, 2C is obviously empty, and 3C is where the murder happened. Okay, well that at least explains why that one's empty. Okay, so... yeah, that's the derringer salesman. It literally says, derringer salesman. So there's also a sunglasses salesman. The other pants salesman. And we know the brush guy lives next to the pants guy, so it has to be... And because you see, this is my point, is that the derringer guy lives underneath the person who sells trinkets, which I'm assuming is the same as gags. Okay. This is the point. I feel like I've got 2 empty spaces here, and it's both the ones on the upper right. I wonder if... I feel like I'm missing something here. Huh. I don't think I've got enough information to work out who it is. It's just the brush salesman live next to the pants salesman? And again, we know who the pants salesman is. All I know is it's one of these two over here, and I don't know which one. I mean, I would guess that the guy wearing sunglasses is the sunglasses salesman. You two guys have been around here. A joke gag seller who lives on this floor, which is at the far end. I'm pretty sure about that. Because you wouldn't talk about yourself. Because... although in this game, I don't know. Maybe because of how they're setting up the puzzle, like one of them is talking about themselves. But I doubt that. And I know it's not you, because you specifically say the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. We know the one who sells brushes is downstairs. So the man who sells jokes and gags isn't this one. Isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. We know the guy who lives above the one who sells brushes next. So he's basically saying that he isn't the one who sells jokes and gags, but he is saying it in an odd way. So... the brushes salesman lives next to the pants salesman. I'm very confused about this. Also, I don't know what I have to do to, like, turn this in. Maybe she can provide me with a bit more information. No, not yet. I do wonder if this is like semi-randomized and it's kind of broken. Actually, no, I do have enough for this. Because if we know that the brush, the pants, and the gun, and the gags person, or the trinkets, we know where all of those are. And this person's... yeah, I've been a complete idiot. Yeah, it's... I was trying to work out... yeah, it's a person in 3B. I think. So you know which one he is? I won't have you accusing the wrong fellow. I'm pretty sure. Gather everyone together at the scene of the crime so you can... if you want. I don't know who it is. Well, I mean, I know what room they're in. It's 3C after 3 minutes, we should be there with a salesman in tow. And it was 3B. What? No, I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't one of my circles. Are you actually accusing me of murder? I think you're the only likely candidate. That's crazy, you're crazy. Suddenly the wardrobe door bursts open, the salesman jumps out. Haha, I fooled you all pretty good. Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sell jokes and gags and stuff. Oh, so, right, so the trinkets got... right, of course, that's why it was getting me confused, because I didn't think that the dead person was one of the salesmen. That's kind of annoying, okay. So jokes, gags and stuff. So, yeah, the fact that the trinkets and the gags thing was getting me confused was because I wasn't counting the victim in that. Okay, fair enough. Oh my god. Got the item foot's ring. Before excuse me, I gotta roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this room is 8 too many. Well, that could have gone worse. That occultist gentleman was quite offended by your accusation, but I believe he'll get over it. Here's your pay. Thanks, glad to be helped. I'd say I'd call you if I ever need your services again, but I think one exciting thing happening here after a few years is quite sufficient. Yeah, fair enough. So I got a foot's ring, making you more likely to encounter traveling salesmen. Well, that's the thing, I suppose. Well, that was a diversion. That happened. wander a bit, see if anything pops. Okay. I know this bulldogger. Hang on a second. Want to go shopping? Nah, I just want to get just want to get my typewriter quick tune-up, so it's kind of hinky. Well, our moxie went up. Oh, good. I'm so happy about that. Okay. Let's head to the lake. Passing out, 2 women wearing grease-stained overalls. I should probably deal with that. Alright, well, we got 7 and 7. Oh, blimey, that's almost nothing. Nice. Alright. Take a bus. The lake, please. Ooh, Chapter 2. The Spooky Forest. Okay. Lighthouse Keeper. Red, yellow, leather. Okay. I think talked out loud in a while, I get rusty. You see, lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't mind it though, ain't exactly a people person. What can I do for you? What does lighthouse keeper actually do? Well, it used to be you had to light the lamp every sundown and then douse it again at sunrise, save fuel. Used to be. Well, when it was an oil lamp, we got a hook up to the electrical grid a couple of years ago though. So now I just leave it on all the time. About all I have to do now is change the bulb once in a while. Sounds peaceful. It is, nice and quiet, plenty of time on my hands. You must have a bunch of hobbies. I got a book, a whittling knife, and plenty of middle distance to stare into. How did you get into this line of work? Oh, my family's always been lighthouse keepers on both sides. Mom and Pa kept lighthouses inside of each other. Used to wink the lights back and forth once in a while. And romantic. You know, I never did find out exactly how I was born. What? Anyway, is there something you needed? You seen an old compass around? The directions kind or the circles kind? Directions. An old one I picked up at a estate sale about, 20 odd years ago, I reckon. I'd show it to you, but it's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. Flooded? I filled right up to the top. Have a look through the window and you might see a fish pass by. How'd that happen? Pump broke. No, I mean, how does the lighthouse fill up with water? Well, we're not even below sea level. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. It's a lake. Well, lakes can have tides, depending on the size, I suppose. Anyhow, I need a Glaxton valve to fix the pump. It's a hardware store down the road, please, if you don't mind helping out. War and Peace, huh? It's a hefty one. Mind the bookmark now. Of course, looks like you just started. Been reading it about 5.5 years. Your bookmark's still in chapter 1. I just got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading one word every day. War and Peace is almost 600,000 words long. Don't tell me how it ends. Fair enough. Through the window you can see the lighthouse is entirely filled with water. The lighthouse keeper has put a little cork in the keyhole. You whistle a piece yourself? It took me 16 years. It took 6 months to carve each piece. Pawns went quicker than the tall ones, but more or less. Horses were particularly tricksy, no sense in rushing it. Guess not? I'm not very good at playing chess, so... Well, guess we're off. Ooh, we got a hardware store and we got a distillery. Lovely. Molly points out a sign pointed at a fork in the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Ooh, witches, let's go check it out. You like that kind of spooky stuff? It's the berries. Gets the blood pumping, you know? Well, if they have a haunted house and you promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises. I'll check that out later, but that should be good fun. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store nestled in the sparse woods surrounding the lake. It's the very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front chewing the fat. Maybe it's their day off, or maybe they ran out of fat. Nice man, ask him for candy. Neat. The proprietor assume. Hi, welcome to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Because of the selection or the prices? Because it's the only hardware store in the valley? No, because it's the only hardware store. Oh shucks, guess you preempted my joke. Sorry. No hard feelings. Good seeing you face around. What can I do for you? Ask about candy? Sure, here you go. Ooh, hard candy. Alright, ask about something else. Ask about a valve? Oh, damn it, I forgot what. Never mind. Hang on. I'm sure that'll be in my notes. Track down a Glaxton valve. Okay. Glaxton. Oh, Glaxton isn't on the list. Ah, there it is. Glaxton. 4. Oh, shucks. I stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. I guess there's a slight chance I still got one in back. Maybe back there since the termites got at the inventory. Or maybe after it got flooded. Anyway, it's real biblical style of disaster back there. Here, I'll unlock the door for you so you can have a look around. If you find a Glaxton valve in the mess, you're welcome to it. Cool. What do you got for sale, big guy? So, battery, comfy hat lining, 3 HP to your hat. Ooh. Cooking powers. Ooh, still stun splatter. 3 steals damage to 3 different enemies. That's not too bad, and I got a good chunk of cash. He's selling fuses and he's selling matches. That's good. Okay. Pretty sure that can't be good. Okay, hang on. I need to look at books. I've got a whole bunch of these books, and they've all got bonuses that I could read. Advanced shooting techniques. I don't think I need that one. Medical Manchego. Hang on. So that'll give me an extra 5 HP. We'll deal 2 additional stench damage. So that'll deal 2 extra damage. World's Sleazy's Joke Book, called from World's Sleazy's Toilets. You can stomach these, there won't be much left in heaven. But we'll do that. 20 XP, hurt them all! +1 Sleaze armor. Not bad, might come in handy. Alright, don't need to do that anymore yet. Melt Mine will also heal you for 5 HP. Refresh my memory on what some of these ones do, because... yeah. Combat skills. So that I can take up to, what was it, 7? You go up to 15 and cure negative status. You were, what was it, +3? Opponent's mysticality to itself. Hang on. What was... sorry, I'm kind of back and forthing on this. We'll also heal you for 5 HP. Okay. And you do 3 sleaze damage to 3 different enemies, and for that I can get hit 2 additional targets. So I can get 3 points of damage on 5 enemies. I'm tempted to do... hang on, books. This one, because I do use this one quite often. Having it give more damage would be good, I think. But yeah, we'll do that. Excellent. It's also used up the book. Okay, so what is this? Something's wrong with this door in a way that terminates the termites and flooding don't readily explain. Alright. Okay, we've gone sepia. You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach and a burst of "this was a bad idea" in your mind, like when you hit the first drop on a traveling carnival's rusty, hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment, when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look around. Looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone came in, cleaned everything up while you weren't looking. Huh. No, I think we've actually traveled into the past, so that's fun. Spooky damage, sleaze damage, physical damage to all enemies. Ooh. Sure, I'll make some of that. What else can we do? Huh. Be amazing if old-timey music played here. Like, yeah, maybe it played a piece of music from West of Loathing or something. Although we're probably not that far back in the past, so, you know. 1970 counter off the desk, it looks brand new. You leave the store and the shopkeeper spins around. You both stare at each other in surprise. You because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than he did when you went in there, and him because, hey now, what the heck are you doing in my back room? How'd you even get in there without me seeing you? Termite inspector. I didn't call for a termite. No, I do surprise inspections, so no termite. So the termites won't find out in advance. Well, how'd you get past me? I'm very good at my job. Well, I don't expect you found any termites. I make my own custom pesticide. Seems to be pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up check later, though. It's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep it tidy back there. No problem. You did. Is that because it's the only hardware store in the valley? Ha! That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. I'm sure you will. Oops. I may have inadvertently set off a time paradox there. That's a bit of a shame. Do you have a Glaxon valve? Government fella bought the entire stock. Big dam they're building. I can order you one though. How long would that take? 6 to 8 weeks. Mind holding on to it for me if I'm not back right away? Sure, it's no problem. How long do you figure? 11 years. What? Oh, no. I forget how I said that's not a problem. Well, nuts. Well, listen, I can tell you bought a heap more Glaxon valves than what they're going to need for that dam. If you go up to the work site, you might get the foreman to sell you one of their spares. Where is it? South end of the valley. Crystal Dream Lake, never heard of that. I've got a little picture of the dam on it here, there. See, so it's about the same place relative to here. Right, so the lake doesn't exist yet because they haven't built the dam. I thought I clocked a dam in the corner of the thing, but I wasn't sure if that's what it was. So I didn't mention it. Anything else? Outhouse rentals? You're renting out houses? I mean, you're renting out outhouses. At least I was. Now the indoor plumbing started to get popular. There's no market for them anymore. Just got the one left. As I'm pulling crits, I'm putting up new ones. Okay. What you got for sale? Anything? That's literally the same stuff. Okay, so the door on the other side. So wait, how am I supposed to? Can I rent one? Be 200 meat up front for the installation, and half of that each month afterwards. What maintenance do you do? I dump some powdered lime down the hole, clean out the ventilation pipes, check for splinters. Do I want this? Because that means I'm going to owe him like thousands of meat over 11 years. If it's 100 meat each month, that's 1,200 meat a year, and it's 11 years. So that's like, hang on, 132,000 meat? I probably shouldn't do that. Whew. What do you have for sale? Well, pretty much just the same stuff. I guess we better go down to the dam. Ooh, two things which are hard to describe, but let's say you're more or less like smoking holes in space through which you can see faint light of distant dying stars float up to you with an air of menace. The two orbs squint at you, and Dark Noël's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Well, if it isn't my favourite holiday party crasher, perhaps I need to be a bit more explicit about the fact that you weren't invited. I don't really get the holiday thing. I like Crimbo, okay? It's my thing and I'm sticking to it. I must have had a weird childhood. Look, that's none of your business. And neither is the rest of this investigation or whatever you think you're doing. You need to learn to keep your nose out of other people's affairs. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you keep your nose out of my affairs? What a disagreeable little urchin you are. Do you know that naughty children finding their Crimbo stockings? Festive cheese log. Swirl your hands with mythical pattern and launch the cheese log covered in chopped almonds and napalm at the orbs. Dark Noël's screech can be heard through the explosion. That's it, you're on the very naughty list now. Next time we meet, I'm really going to deck your holes. Pa la 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 la, jerk. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Ooh, fishing. Fish. Fish in a sack. I should probably sell that at some point. Wonder how many I can get. Meat hidden in pipe. Oh, you reach the pipe and it's now. Ooh, 150 meat. Wow. Okay. Ooh. And they haven't built the dam yet. I'm curious if we can. No, okay, you can't. Pipe shoes. I got some pipe shoes. What do they do when they're at home? Helps you get around. Does it? Pipe. As in pipe organ or something like that. Okay. Bagpipes, perhaps. Sharpened stones for erected foot gloves. What? Foot gloves? Makes you walk on your hands. Again, this is all the silly walking you did in the first game. Hey, Noël says nobody who ain't on the crew is allowed on site. Noël, woman, Noël, white. Oh, jeez, man clutches his stomach. Noël white. As opposed to Dark Noël. Now that they've got the hat on. Okay. Just Star is all. Rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody had to stay here and keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I do the short pants. You mean straw? Now we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out Nest of Fairies. Can I have them? No, because then we'd have no way of picking who stands guard. I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm going to turn inside out. What about that table over there that says lunch? It's reading everybody else left the site to eat. You don't want to eat what Noël considers lunch. How bad could it be? I'd kill for a jellied eel. Noël brings these sandwiches that are a bunch of peppermint sticks between 2 bland sugar cookies. You get a stomachache just watching someone else eat one. She's really taking the whole Christmas thing Offer him something to eat. Well, I don't have a lot. Would you like a pressed ham panini? He greedily devours his stomach of growls. Oh, really? A roll? Offer him something to eat. Cookie? Probably say, oh, for goodness sake. Good. All that food in exchange for... Fine, whatever. Fishing! Because every game has to have a fishing minigame. Yeah, I got clean water out of it. Good, I got a Glaxton valve. I'm happy about that. Of course, I am really hoping that doesn't completely fuck up the construction of the deck. Nope, seems okay. Pump is mixing his Glaxton valve. Oh dear. Well, yeah, but then I can just go back and get another one. Okay, fine. Alright. No, I don't need to go to the hardware store. I want to go back to the lighthouse. You're walking through the woods around Chris. Ah, there's a huge spider. It jumps down out of nowhere and aims its butt right at your face and shoots a huge blob of web at you. Time slows down around you as the horrible sticky wad sails through the air directly at the part of your head where you keep all your most important sensory organs. So I guess it's a weird way to phrase it. Couldn't think of a good synonym for face. Dodge! Just keep rolling. Oh, hang on. Gotta pop it off. There! Got the valve. I've been watching the water level through the window here. Should be dry enough for our purposes now. Sweet. Hey, ooh, bulbs. You only use 60-watt light bulbs? Don't need much. You ain't a big lake. Makes sense, I guess. Welcome to where the magic happens. Sure, be it Lux. Old lighthouse keeper joke. Can I have the compass now? What? No, certainly not. I need that. But as you asked if I had no compass, and I said I did, and that I'd show it to you. Never said nothing about giving it to you. Oh, well, I kind of need it. So do I. Gotta calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often. But why'd you have to calibrate it to the North Star? The North Star doesn't really move. That's why it's the North Star. It moves less than a degree in an entire year. And I need a good compass to show me one which is north. What if I got you a new one? I said a good one. New ones ain't any use at all. How they changed them. In teaching at school, folks got short memories. Only around the turn of the century, some Atlas company bought the patent on West and rebranded it as New North. Then they did a recall on all the compasses and issued new ones. They all point west now, and that's useless for my purposes. What if I found you another old one? You can find another pre-New North compass in at least as good condition as mine, and sure, I'll swap. Don't really get the point of why you go through this since you already have one. It's a long story. Maybe this will help. Most have got old compasses have got radium paint on the dials. Where should I start? Well, most folks consider the old compasses to be trash nowadays. Probably be the old junkyard. Ooh. Well, fair enough. The junkyard it is, I guess. Okay. Well, things are starting to fill out a little bit. Let's head to the museum, because I'm a little curious about all this, so let's go. Oh, nuts. Hold the line and step some kind of weird mushroom. Spores all over my good dancing shoes, for crying out loud. Dancing is in actual dancing, or as in back alley shootout? Why do I want a different pair for each? They ain't that similar. Fair enough. Sandwich Museum. The village Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692. The village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. House was the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. Putnam House, particularly burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. Trough may have been used to bathe human sacrifices before the ceremony. We don't have any evidence of that, but it seems possible. Yay! Meat. Meat. 22 meat. Yay! So 23 even. We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat into it. Never mind that. Sandwich Shirts also served as an Ertstadt's town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. Nice gazebo. Sandwich gazebo. Vagrants not welcome. That's not very friendly. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most convenient toilet-adjacent house in the village. Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove that they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. Sandwich boasted the country's first tri-party outhouse. Okay. Yeah, apparently all of them, they all lead to the same place, which I assume is supposed to be the joke. Okay, well, I think we are doing okay. We're obviously into chapter 2 now. Weird that the game has, like, chapters of that one, because the first one kind of just had kind of vague hints about acts rather than actual, boom, chapter 1, 2, 3, whatever. But I don't mind that, because it helps to separate it out. And it seems as though, like, each chapter is basically a day. Because that was one of the things in the first game, of course, is that you would move on to the next day when you fell unconscious, if you lost a fight or something like that, or if you went to bed. Of course, you didn't actually want that to happen, because one of the things that, you know, sleeping did was it completely reset your like food and stuff. And I think that has actually happened to me. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe I have lost the perks for all, like, the food and stuff. That's the wrong one. I guess I can eat that. We've got food and we've got potions. Mysticality by 1. I do definitely want my hand up to your magical weapon damage, huh? Honestly, that one's looking pretty good. Okay, so anyway, yeah. Sorry, I got a little distracted then. You probably noticed that happens quite regularly. So, yeah, we'll leave it there and we'll keep chipping away at this over the next few days, weeks, whatever. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.